Hi everybody, thanks for joining us today. My name's Sam Thompson and I'm a local mortgage professional. We're joined today with Joe Bladdock.
Thanks very much, Sam. Hi everybody, I'm Joe Bladdock.
We're down here at Bear Echo Park and we're going to be chatting about some of the questions that come up in our mortgage conversations with clients and during some of our consultations. So we're going to cover off, do you really need a down payment? The amounts that are required. We're going to cover off, do you really need all the closing costs? Do you really need all of the documents that we are going to be asking you for? And do you really need to pay off all the loans? And I think there was one more, right, Joe?
That's right, Sam. Yes, thanks very much. And the last one we get is, do I really need to pay a mortgage professional for their services? So thank you for joining us today on this great video. And definitely, if you have any questions during the video or after, contact me or Sam to start your mortgage today. So the first one is, do I really need to pay a mortgage professional for their services? And the answer is no. If you're a first-time buyer and you have great credit, you're going to be able to get a mortgage from any bank or lender out there. And it's our job as your mortgage professional to find the one that best matches your financial home ownership goals and gives you the best deal, and also matches your timeline and everything that you're looking for in terms of the features of the mortgage. We get paid directly from the lender that you choose to work with for your mortgage, for setting up the mortgage for you, the same way someone in your local branch would get paid. So no, there would be no fees to you as you're going through a mortgage professional like Sam Thompson or myself to get your mortgage. The next one would be new to Canada. Sam, do you need like 15, 20 or something like that % down to buy a house if you're new to Canada?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And actually we get it quite often when we're dealing with clients that are new to Canada. They are very curious of, do I need all of these, super high percentages to qualify as a down payment? So the answer is actually no. So if you are new to Canada, meaning you are a permanent resident, you only need the 5% minimum down payment. If you are on a work permit, within the first 2 years, you can apply, but you do need a minimum of 10% down.
Good point. Yeah, work permit is a little bit different, isn't it?
It does, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, there's definitely another one that we get asked a lot, and that is, do I really need to provide all these documents you're asking for to get this mortgage? You might have a mortgage right now with another lender, and we're just looking to switch it to a new lender to set you up with a better deal and a better rate with better terms and conditions. Or you might be a first-time home buyer buying your first home and not knowing what to expect. You also might be going through a refinance and taking some of your equity out to buy a second property or do some renovations. Either way, we're going to need to know a little bit about you. A lot more than what you would provide for a passport application. We'll need things like property tax statements, mortgage statements, letters of employment, and tax returns if you're self-employed. The list goes on. The important thing is you're borrowing hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the bank's going to need to know a little bit about who you are to be able to do that for you. And if we don't have the proper documentation, it makes Sam and I's job really difficult to be able to give you a nice, firm answer as to where you are financially with your pre-approval and your approval and going through the stages. It also saves you time. Having all the documents up front enables Sam and I to work on your mortgage and get it done quickly without going back to you and asking for more documents last minute as we go through along the process. And Sam, I think there's a way that someone can get an idea of where they're sitting at financially without documents, but it's not a firm answer. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So quite often a lot of our conversations that we have start off as just a pre-qualification. So for this step, again, as Joe was saying, it's not a confirmed, guaranteed or underwritten number we're giving you. But with that, we can take a base amount of what you get each year, as well as some of your debts and assets. And with that, we can give you, based on today's current low rate, what your mortgage payments would look like and roughly what you would qualify for. So it's often a great place to start when we're looking to move forward into getting you pre-approved and then finally in your final home.
That's great, Sam. Thanks for that. Definitely not a firm answer, but it does give you an idea. And from there, we can then work on getting a firm answer for you and seeing if your credit and income is good to get a pre-approval and get you moving forward. So that's great. There was another thing we were going to talk about, Sam. Do I really need to have all these closing costs? So I know that when I was buying my first home, I had almost no money left during the whole process. Do I really need to have all this extra money saved up for closing costs?
Yes, so the bank is going to be looking for that 1.5% saved of the purchase price to cover off all of those closing costs.
Okay,
but
good to
there
know.
are some mortgages and lender options that are available that will actually offer you a cashback mortgage to help offset that payment you'll have to make.
Fantastic.
So some of our lenders will offer for a slightly higher rate, up to $2,000 to $3,000 cash back, or a percentage-based cash back, which can be used upfront directly on those closing costs. It definitely helps when you're already spending all of your savings or most of your savings on a down payment to cover off an extra fee that does have to come out of your own pocket.
Fantastic. That's a really good solution, yeah. So definitely contact Sam if you are really close to buying your home and you just need a little bit of an extra boost from the lender for those closing costs. And there's one more, and that's, do I really need to have all this down payment saved up to buy a home? I mean, there's all these advertisements we see about no down payment or low down payment. So we're going to clear that up for you here today, and hopefully you can understand that you really do need a down payment, and it does need to come from somewhere. But wherever that place is, Sam and I have really good solutions available as to helping you either save up your own down payment or have it gifted from a family member. You can also set up other avenues to get a down payment, such as going through a process and getting a loan, either to pay off debts or to put in a savings account that you could later turn around and use as a down payment down the road. There's also ways that you can get a down payment, and that is by buying a house off your family and having them gift you part of the equity in that home. For example, if they're selling you that house under market value, you can actually use the difference in the market value to what they're selling the house for as equity towards your down payment. I think that should be about all the different ways that people can get a down payment. I'm not sure if there's any others there, Sam.
No, I think you've covered off a lot of them, and there's a lot of good advice there, so that you need at least a minimum of 5% down. If you would like it to not be insured and saving on those insurance premiums, it does have to be 20% or more. Anything below that will be an insured mortgage, but the baseline, as long as you are new to Canada or a Canadian resident, it just needs to be a minimum of 5% down.
That's great. Thanks very much, Sam. That's really good tips there. So thanks very much for watching our video today. Sam Thompson or myself, Joe Bladdock, we're both mortgage professionals local to the area, and we can definitely help you get your mortgage started. We can meet with you over text or video chat, phone call, or Google Hangouts or Zoom. There's many different ways we can meet together to get your mortgage started, and it doesn't have to be in person. So click the links below or like our video, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.